name is Ellie and I will explain you my family tree and the Parkinson's disease. This is my family tree, where at the top you can find my grandparents, where my grandma has Parkinson and my grandpa has astigmatism. Then are my parents, where my father has myopia, and then are my sister and me, where the only one that has something is me, that I have myopia as same as my father. First we have astigmatism, that is a common imperfection in the eye's curvature, and this leads to blurred vision. Then we have myopia, that is an eye disorder where the light focuses off instead of on the retina. And this is a condition where close objects appear clearly but far ones don't. Now, the disease I will be talking about is Parkinson, that is a degenerative neurological disorder. This disease affects the brain, more specific, the cells or neurons that control the movement become damaged or die. For this, we need to remember that the cells in our brains can reproduce themselves, so they can replace the cells that were damaged. People with Parkinson also lose nerve endings that control the automatic functions of the body, like heart rate or blood pressure. It explains the fatigue and irregular blood pressure symptoms. There are two main factors, genes, that are a specific genetic mutation that can cause the Parkinson's disease. Then we have the environmental triggers, that is exposure of specific toxins or environmental factors. This can increase the risk of develop the disease. Illness has a lot of mystery because in the most of the cases the disease occurs randomly, and also the disease affects 50% more women than men. The main signs are irregular blood pressure, shaking, difficulty to movement, stiffness, difficulty with walking, balance, and coordination that this leads to a gradual loss of movement. There are too many symptoms. We have tremors that can be only in one finger or all the hand and body, constipation, loss of smell, sleep problems, depression, and fatigue. But let's explain the natural history of the disease. First, in the pre-pathogenic period, we have the health promotion. These are mainly campaigns. For example, there is a campaign named Unite for Parkinson that is a campaign to make conscience around the world about this disease. We have specific things for the primary protection. The only thing that we can do is do games to exercise in mind and have a healthy style of life. In the pathogenic period, we have the secondary prevention. In the early diagnosis and treatment is where we need to focus on the small symptoms like tremors, slowness in movement, muscular stiffness, change in speech and writing, and alteration of posture and balance. If the person have a lot of symptoms or signs, they need to go to the doctor so they have an early diagnosis. This occurs we have the damage control, where if it is diagnosed with it, they need to start medication and the treatment. So all the symptoms came slower and the disease doesn't affect the movement a lot. Finally, the tertiary prevention, that is the resolution. Mostly of the people can live with it, but sometimes the symptoms are very stronger, so the people can't even continue with their life because of the shaking and all of these symptoms. So in this case, the only thing that they can do is have a stronger treatment or even participate in experimental research. But the only thing that we can do is living with it. In the case of my grandma, she has a lot of these symptoms, like shaking and loss of movement. Even she can walk by herself. But the only thing that helps her is all the treatments that he has and medicaments. But as I mentioned before, the only thing that she can do is living with it because there is like not a cure or something that stops all the symptoms. This is all about the Parkinson's disease and my family tree. Thanks for watching and see you in the next video.